Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Suhey with Suhey Plans, and in this video I'm sharing with you how I'm simplifying and downsizing my planning system for summer 2025. I am filming this video after Memorial Day weekend, which for me personally means that my schedules and routines are completely changing. The kids are out of school. I'm going to have a lot more PTO and time off. And so because things are looking so different for the next few months, I thought it would only be right to also transition my planning system. You'll often hear people in the planner community call this kind of a transition a one book July, which is really in that same ethos of schedules and routines are changing for summer, and then so does your planning system. For me, because school ends in May, where I live, it's really like a one book June. And so I've been working these last couple of weeks on transitioning my system to something that's more summer friendly. So in this video, I'm hoping to show you what from my current system I've managed to successfully transfer over and what things I'm just pausing for right now until we get back to regularly scheduled programming in August, which is when my kids go back to school. All right, so, but before, really quickly, I have to say, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's conversation. All right, so I'm going to put these babies aside. They're kind of here for a visual reference of all the things that I needed to consider as I was transitioning into a new system. Okay, so I have managed, so I know that we call this a one book July, and I guess that's not quite accurate for me. It's more like a two book July, two book June, really, but that's fine. You get the gist. What I've done is I've tried to really condense all of my core planning needs into these two books. On the left is a simplified 2025 Dapper Desk Daily planner, and then on the right is a plotter ring binder in the A5 size. These two things in combination really help me transfer over a lot of my planning, but into something that's a lot more lightweight, portable, and easy for summer. During the summer, we're traveling more, we're going outside, we're enjoying the beautiful weather. We are not so seated at a desk all the time. We're just enjoying life a little bit more. And so that big stack of planners just felt really overwhelming and also inaccessible in a time where I just don't have enough time for it. I want to be out. I want to be doing more. So I figured this was a perfect time to downsize my system. I'm going to start with my plotter. This is again the A5. This is a Pueblo leather in black. I actually picked this up on eBay at a really great price. It was a bundle price. And what's nice about this particular cover is that it has the gold rings, which is currently just not available anymore with Plotter. So this was a great find here. I have this ring protector to protect the leather from the metal rings. I have this A5 clear plastic cover that I use to keep calendar cards. This is a little like Hobonichi cat from the Yumi Kitagishi collection that I just think is very endearing. These are some sticky notes, some page flags, and some dot stickers that I have in this Rosy Papeterie plastic card holder, and then two pictures of my kiddos. After that, I have an Infinite Lotus vellum that says Conquer from Within, followed by just another kind of design vellum that I got at Hobby Lobby and just cut to A5 size. One of the really important things about thinking about a system that could kind of be a one book June is it really felt like it needed to be in a ring system, whether that's this tiny plotter, whether that's 30 millimeter rings or larger. It really just needed to be rings. There's just a level of customization with rings that's really hard to get with any other kind of book. And I personally really wanted to get the plotter because Part of summer is, you know, taking off layers, unbundling, and I felt like having a light, compact system really embraces the summer of it all. So, sorry, I just had to say that really quickly. I have a 2025 annual calendar, have some sticky notes of some things to remember. What's really cool about the plotter is that because these rings are so small, I'm able to fit personal size inserts in here because I was using personal size before I jumped into this plotter. And I just cut a little bit of the bottom left corner and it easily flips inside of this A5. So this has been so clutch because I am able to take some of my beloved personal size inserts and continue using them, but in this A5 size. So I have a packing list from Infinite Lotus here. I have a daily gratitude from Elamon Paper Co. And I have some TRP Sterling Ink grid paper. Just kind of like personal size things that I don't want to stop using, but I can just put them in this plotter binder, which I think is so epic. A disclaimer before I keep going, a lot of the things that you see here were things that were already in my stash. I used to be in A5 rings maybe 2 years ago, so I was able to unearth a lot of that stuff to use in this new system. This clear card holder, this vellum, these two vellums, all were things already in my stash. I found this free printable online. And again, these were just personal size inserts that I've already been using that made its way in here. This is a Rosie Papeterie, like 2-column list insert that I like to use for future planning. This column is June, July, August, September, and then I have future planning in the grid space at the bottom. It might be already obvious to you guys, but this paper is not your regular printer paper. This is actually, and I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing, Kokuyo business paper, which is a lot thinner than regular printer paper. I really needed the thinness in order to fit all of the things that I wanted to into this one system with these teeny weeny like teeny tiny rings. So that's probably one of the biggest investments that I had to make, in addition to the cover itself. But the paper was another investment I needed to make in order to make this transition, but absolutely worth it. I'm fitting a lot into a very compact size. So part of my planning always needs to have some kind of future planning. So I was able to use this insert in that way. So after that, I have gone ahead and cut out the perpetual annual calendar from my Take a Note A5, punched it, and now I'm using it to do my health tracking. I was using an A6, oh gosh, I forget what the notebook was, but I'm using an A6 notebook for that prior. I don't want to do the daily journaling right now, but I do want to track the habits. And so I was able to take this unused spread in the Take a Note, punch it, put it in here, and now I have a place where I can track my supplements, water, steps, and sleep. I just have that paper clipped so that I can just get an easy view of my planning. So not only did I use the Take a Note perpetual calendar here, but I've also cut out the Take a Note monthly spreads and I've put them in this planner. The Take a Note I am using as a journal. So I'm using the daily pages, but I was not using all the stuff that the planners come with at the front. So I figured, hey, you know what might be a really cool idea? Just rip this out, punch holes in them, and put them in my plotter. And what's really great is that the Take a Note also has really thin paper. So it really helps me also maximize on my space in these tiny rings. And I'm just keeping my costs down while I'm transitioning systems by just kind of recycling some things that I haven't used. And so that's working really, really well. And I have 3 months, 4 months, 5 months in here using that take a note spread that I cut out. So very Franken-planned in a way. So after the monthly view, I have a weekly planner. So this was an insert that I did not already have in my collection. This is from Rosie Papeterie, and I'm sorry if it's a little dark right now. Sunlight is a little challenging today. But I was able to, I printed this out. I purchased this printable because I have it in personal size and I love it. So I figured, okay, I'll invest in getting this one insert, and I've been also loving it, probably even more loving it in an A5 size. I have this week priorities, space for every day of the week, a long to-do list, a tracker, and then a notes section. So that's been really, really helpful as well in being able to transition. So I think I have 4 weeks so far in here, give or take. Yeah. After the weekly, I have dailies, and these are Infinite Lotus undated daily printables. I'm sorry, in the weekly from Rosie Papeterie are also undated. The Infinite Lotus daily plan inserts are undated, and I just really love these inserts because we have a 6:30 for me to 10:30 time frame in half-hour increments with ample to-dos, priorities, and room on the top and bottom for extras. This is just a super functional daily insert, and I already had this in my stash, so I printed a couple of spreads out to keep in here. After that, I am using the Elamon Paper Co. lists insert that has like 4 boxes for anything you want to use. I'm using this in particular for weekend planning. So I have something similar in my personal rings. I am using this insert to just write down things for me to do in the weekend ahead. I don't see myself using this as much because I have more time now during the regular week, but I still find it handy because I'm still, working. I'm not going to be off the whole summer. All right, after that, I have an expenses tracker, which is from also Rosie Papeterie that works in categories. So I've got my June set up here, and that's just something I want to continue to prioritize and track. After that, I have a goals section. Let me kind of share with you a little bit of, okay, I'm going to jump back to this 1 second. So I am using an Elamon Paper Co. undated monthly calendar with a Monday start as a place to write down all of the tracking that I do for my goals. So I have I'm using the Moxie Life system, but I'm going to put that down for right now and just do as much of it as I can in this plotter. So I am going to write things related to my goals in this monthly spread. I like to track them on a monthly basis this way. Okay, then after that, I've cut out the weekly reflection from the Moxie Life because I really think those weekly reflections are really important, but I just want to be able to kind of squeeze them into this book. And I really don't mind if a page or two is missing when I look back on that book for the end of the year. After that, I just have a Rosie Papeterie A5 grid notes blank insert, and I split it in half so that I'm writing my weekly actions for 1 week and then a second week's worth of weekly actions on the right. This is, I've color coordinated it according to the goals that I work on in any particular week. And so the goal is just to do my goal planning in here. I don't want to drop my goals. I don't want to not do them. I don't want to not focus. I want to continue to focus on them. So I've just figured out a way to kind of translate that into this plotter rings system. So then this week is coming to, I think this week is coming to an end. So then for the next week, I will cut out that page from the Moxie Life and put that in there for me to reflect on. Okay. After that, the Moxie Life has a weekly intentions spread, and I plan to use this Rosie Papeterie weekly planner to transfer over some of those intentions. If you're a Moxie Life user, you will just see the resemblance between this spread and what you get in your Moxie Life planner. Let me just quickly show you. Oops. Okay. So this is what you're getting in the Moxie Life. And you can see that that looks very, very similar to this Rosie Papeterie insert with notes. The habits are slightly different, but there's a lot of similarities in the spreads. And so I thought this would be a good way to incorporate that Moxie Life system into this plotter. Got a couple of weeks of that there. Then after that, I have a notes section. So what have I done with notes? I have a 2023 Hobonichi cousin that I did not use. And what I've done is I've just torn out pages, punched them, and stuck them into this planner to use for notes. I don't really have any other purpose for that notebook. So I figured why not use that lovely thin Tomoe River paper, covered up the dates with some fun washi. And now I just have paper for notes. I don't have to eat away at my Kokoyu. Oh my God, that's terrible. I don't have to eat away at the business paper that I have. I can just use what's already on hand, something that's in my stash that I wasn't using, and use it as notes pages in the plotter that I'm using. I have a couple of blank pages there, and then after that I just have a page lifter with this band to help keep your plotter closed. I have translated a lot of the things that I'm prioritizing this year into this book, but some things that I didn't get to transfer over, for example, are my meal planner and my social media stuff. Meal planning is also something that gets a lot less frequent in the summer. We're just out and about more, so we're eating out a lot more as well. And you know, with social media, I'm not planning as I'm so sorry. I'm not planning as much. I'm just kind of letting things go with the flow and sharing as kind of my heart desires. So that seems really comprehensive. So where is this coming in? So as I kind of showed you in the plotter, I do have a daily insert for when daily planning presents itself. But I also want to use the Simplified Dapper Desk simply because I really like this book. I love how it feels. I love the paper. I love the layout. I love the room for notes. I have a full review on this book that I can share, but I just really like this daily planner. And so what I am intending to do is that when I am home for that day, I am using the Dapper Desk. When I am at work, or when we are on vacation, or when we are, you know, spending weekends at grandma's or whatever, I am using the plotter, and kind of use them interchangeably as the summer progresses. And that makes me really happy because I really like this book and I really want to continue to use it. And so I just get the best of both worlds with both of these books. This book is super thin. It doesn't fit in every bag or every purse, but it fits in my purse for summer, and that works perfectly for me. It took me a little while to really figure out how I wanted to put this together, what it would look like. But I think I've translated things well enough to get through June and July, and my kids will be back again in August when we'll kind of go back to our regular routines. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know your questions. If you're interested in learning more about anything that you saw, let me know. Who else is transitioning for summer? I'm sure I'm not alone on this one. Things just change so much when the kids are not in school that it was only right that I change things up. I do want to continue to share how I'm using this in the next couple of months, as well as share how I'm going to transition back into the bigger bigger stack once we get back into the regular routine of the year. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy summer.